Hi everybody, love me long time 15. Again, apologies for all the background noise. I'm trying to get some of these stories put out while they're in my head and fresh. If I tried to go and find a noisier place to film, I don't think I could. Chainsaws, wheelbarrows, builders, mem on the phone. Where did we leave it? It's really getting a bit twisted in this story now. Gary, he's had B, A failed, Posh, Angela. What do we call that other girl that didn't work out in the other shop? Oh well, forgotten that one. We need a D and an E, don't we? We left it that Posh had had a meal, gone. She was heading off to Bangkok filming for a few weeks. Angela had come over late, talking of a deal and condos, and they had a few drinks, but he said you could stay in the spare room. He's gone to bed. She was still drinking when we left it. Angela, being a good girl, cleared up all the drinks and bottles and glasses and went to her own room, one of the spare bedrooms. And she didn't venture into Gary's room. They still have kept away from each other in that department. Morning comes, Angela's up early. She's got to be into the office for about 8. She's up early, cleaned up the bedroom and gone. Gary's still asleep. He wakes up at about 9ish, mulls around and remembers that, oh, maybe Angela's here. He knocks on the bedroom doors, no answer. Opens the door, looks in. Didn't know which bedroom she was in, but anyway, checks them, she's gone. Looks around, up on the deck, yep, she's gone. Oh, okay. So, breakfast, usual, toast, cornflakes, whatever, milk, coffee, goes up on the deck, and he's thinking, oh, I've got rid of Posh, Angela's beautiful, and I made some money. He said, right, I need to tell B about all this. I can't hide any of it. So he rings B. Morning, B. She says, oh, that voice sounds like, that's ominous. What's happened? And he then tells her about Posh, and she's like, okay, so she's gone now. Yep, gone. She's gone away for 2-3 weeks. B's like, oh, good. But she doesn't say that. And then he tells her about Angela, and B's like, she spent the night? He went, yes. She goes, oh no, you didn't. He said, no. She goes, you didn't? He said, no. But I did let her stay in the spare room. She was exhausted. And she's like, okay. And then he told her all about what problem Angela had with the condos and stuff. And B's like, so you want to potentially sell yours, buy another one for now, and then adapt another one and buy that one? And he said, yeah. He said, but maybe we could get some deal going where it doesn't cost me to adapt the other one. She goes, okay, I see where you're coming from. She says, yeah, we should be able to do something like that. And he said, I was going to go with Angela this morning and look at the identical one to this that's not finished. Just see if my ideas could be done. She said, okay. She said, well, I'll come over. I'll join you. So give me an hour and I'll be over. And he said, okay. Put the phone down. Hour later, B's arrived. She goes, I spoke to Angela. We can go over the office now and she'll get the building manager and hard hats and all the rest of it and take us up to that condo. And he says, great. So off they go. Walk across to Angela's office. Angela's like, morning. He's like, morning. You sleep okay? Oh, amazing bed. So, oh, good, cool. So off they go. Building manager's there, Thai guy, and architect who speaks English. She's managed to get him across. And they go up, and they can only get up so far, and they have to then go up concrete stairs to the top. And it's got the walls around it, but still open on one side where all the pool deck's got to be built and all the rest of it. So Angela says, so what are you thinking about then, Gary? Here's the architect, tell him. And he goes over with the architect about his condo and what he'd like to change. And it's a case of changing one wall and extending the roof slightly and making the pool bigger, and get rid of the jacuzzi and make it into the pool, bigger pool. And the bar area can be slightly bigger and some stuff inside. And he goes over it and the architect's like, yep, it's nothing really structural. We can easily do all that. The biggest thing is making the pool bigger and joining it with a jacuzzi, but that's not a problem. We can do that. And it won't really take any longer than the build, maybe a week. But the costs obviously change, he says to Angela. Angela's like, well, we'll work this out. And he said, okay. So Angela said, let's go back to the office and talk business. And they all went back down. Angela said, I've spoke to the estate manager, owner of the building company, and I've said you want to make some alterations, but probably not huge alterations, and that you wanted a condo with a pool for now. And what the company have said is, if you buy the other duplex, one of the back ones, which is 12 million baht, if you buy that, again, they will fit it all out with the furniture, top end furniture for you, free. They'll do the alterations to that other duplex. I can sell your condo to that guy and you'll get the profit and we get costs and all the rest of it we'll add on to him. If you move out in a couple of days, we'll move you into, we'll get all that done within 2 days, and then you buy the other duplex condo. They'll do the alterations free, but they want you to buy another condo so they've got enough profit to cover everything. And he's like, so want me to buy the 12 million, buy another 8 million, 7 million one, buy that duplex, sell this one, have that kitted out, you'll do the furniture on that one. Will they put all posh furniture in another condo if I buy it for 8 million? And she went, yes. She said, B, work it out, make it happen, and get somebody to move me across to the new one in 2 days' time. B's like, yep. Angela's, yep. He's, yep. Everyone's happy. She said, easy, no problem. And we're going out tonight for a business meeting. And they're like, yeah. She said, right, that's it, I'm done. I'm going to go and chill for the day. And B's like, okay, I'll sort it all out. I'll make it happen. And Gary went, actually, there's one other thing I thought about. Because Posh was going to the airport this morning early, if I'd have had a limo here, I could have let her have it. And B's like, what are you thinking about Posh? And he went, well, it's about the limo, not her. And B's like, really? And he said, yeah. And he said, I can drive, he said, but I'd need to get a Thai license and stuff. But if we get that limo and park it downstairs, if I want to go out, I can jump in that car, save calling a driver. We don't really want to pay a driver full-time not to work. He said, so I fancy getting that limo sorted. And B's like, okay, buy a couple of condos and go out and get a limousine. He's like, yeah. She said, well, we'll talk about it tonight. And then maybe tomorrow we'll go and buy a limo. He said, okay. He goes back to his condo. It's like, what it must be like to have that much money that it is just, it doesn't, no costs come into your mind. 20 million baht here, 8 million baht here. You know, it's just like a limo, million, 2 million baht. Wow. But he's still no nearer finding a Thai wife. He got a bit near Angela. Will that happen? He goes and chills out for the day. And they have a nice, he has a nice afternoon by his pool, a few snacks. Evening, they'd arranged to meet up, and B was going to collect Angela from her home, because she was going to go home after work, collect her, bring her over, and then get Gary. And they were going to go to, I know it's the entertainment area, near Bangla Road, down in Patong. They were going to go to one of the beach restaurants or hotels where there's a great Farang food. It's time that he got some great Farang food, and they just got whatever. So it all happens. They rock up to his place, and he comes down, jumps in B's car, and they just head off. Park up wherever. Now, as he gets out of the car, B gets out, and B's lovely one-piece dress, looking great. Just shame about the face. Angela, on the other hand, gets out the back of the car, and she's got a, what we call the pencil skirt, very, very, very short pencil skirt, and a coloured blouse, quite revealing. She looks $1 million, and he's looking at her, looking at B. B's looking at him, looking at Angela, and he's like, this is awkward. She's stunning. You're not. Oh dear. This is going to be... And B's like, I know what you're thinking, Gary. She doesn't say this, but I know what you're thinking. She goes, oh no. Anyway, they head off into this posh restaurant, and he gets an amazing imported steak. Expensive, couple of $1,000 baht. The girls managed to get some Thai food. And B's purposely sat opposite him and put Angela next to him so he's not looking at her at the table. B is now playing a game of chess with him. She's almost captured him for becoming a baby making machine, and she can see within grasp a load of money. But she's a very, very clever girl. If she were to put Angela, ex-entertainment girl, into Gary, but control it, as in ground rules, as in this could be your girlfriend, your aerobics partner, but I'm going to be the mother of the kids. Everyone makes money. Angela looks after the business. Maybe she can pop to America. She's sat there calculating all these different moves, and she's trying to figure out if she doesn't do something. Just looking at his face when he got out of the car and Angela got out of the car, she knows that there's lust, chemistry there. And Angela, after a relaxing evening and stayed at Gary's place, is starting to like, I quite like this guy. Remember, didn't she have a boyfriend, Angela? He seems to have disappeared. That's convenient. B's working it out. This is a Thai businesswoman with a great business head on her. Anyway, they have the great meal. And B says, should we go back to your place for a nightcap? And she says, I could then leave the car at your place and get a taxi home. Me and Angela get a taxi home, or stay over or whatever, and have a proper drink. She goes, I'm in a mood for a drink. Are you, Angela? And Andrew's like, yeah, definitely. And Gary's like, I think I'm being set up here. Something's going on. He's like, he's not stupid. He's like, what's happening? Something is amiss. And he's like, okay, yeah, cool. Go with the flow. What are they planning? What is B planning? It's B. And they're sort of talking to each other in Thai, and he hasn't got a foggiest what they're talking about. And they jump in the car, pay the bill, jump in the car. As always, he pays for it. And they head back to the condo. She goes down, parks the car underneath the car park, get in the lift, go up to the condo. They get in, and Angela's like, you need some more alcohol for cocktails, really. There's some bits missing. And B's like, I'll tell you what, Angela. B says, you and me, let's go out and replenish Gary's alcohol bar and everything. Gary, give me some money. He's like, okay. And off the girls go. Only round the corner there's a off license or 7-Eleven or something. And out they go. And then B has grabbed Angela's arm and she's pulled it tight. And they're walking and she says, I'll tell you next time. Yeah. See you soon, guys. It's like tonight.